Free education. A complete DAV solution.
वीडियो शुरू करने से पहले आप मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब और लाइक जरूर कर लें और बेल आइकन को भी प्रेस कर लें ताकि नई वीडियोस की नोटिफिकेशन आपको मिल जाए। तो चलिए वीडियो को शुरू करते हैं। DAV पब्लिक स्कूल सॉल्यूशन ऑफ सोशल साइंस क्लास 8 Civics Lesson 19 The Union Government, the Executive. First we will do something to know. A. Tick the correct option. 1. Who among the following is the head of the Union Government? A. The Prime Minister. B. The President of India. C. The Vice President of India. D. The Chief Justice of India. Answer A. The Prime Minister. 2. The Supreme Commander of India's Defence Forces is A. The Defence Minister of India. B. The senior most among the Army Chief, Air Chief and the Naval Chief. C. The Prime Minister of India. D. The President of India. Answer D. The President of India. 3. Which one of the following statements is true? A. The Union Home Minister acts as a link between the President and the Cabinet. B. The Vice President of India is not entitled to all the powers and privileges due to the President even if he is officiating. C. All the members of Rajya Sabha are entitled to vote in the presidential election. D. The President of India is an integral part of Indian Parliament. Answer D. The President of India is an integral part of Indian Parliament. 4. The President can dissolve the Lok Sabha on the advice of A. The Speaker of Lok Sabha. B. The Chairman of Rajya Sabha. C. The Union Council of Ministers. D. The Prime Minister of India. Answer D. The Prime Minister of India. 5. In case of certain extraordinary situations, the President can sanction money to the government out of A. Emergency Fund. B. Contingency Fund. C. Army Welfare Fund. D. Consolidated Fund. Answer B. Contingency Fund. Next we will do question B. Fill in the blanks. 1. In parliamentary form of government, the two types of executives are nominal and real. 2. The process to remove the President of India is called impeachment. 3. The Union Council of Ministers is there to aid and advise the President of India. 4. Responsibility of all the ministers to defend their acts and decisions is called collective responsibility. 5. The President of India is elected by a single transferable vote system. Next question is, C. Write true or false for the following statements. 1. The Union Executive comprises of the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. False. 2. The President of India cannot be re-elected for a second term. False. 3. All the elected members of Parliament and the state legislative assemblies elect the President of India. True. 4. The imposition of emergency in a state is called President's Rule. True. False. 5. The chairman of Rajya Sabha must be a member of Rajya Sabha. False. Next we will discuss question D. Answer these questions. 1. Explain the judicial powers of the President of India. Answer. Judicial powers of the President of India. A. The President appoints all the judges of the Supreme Court and High Courts including the Chief Justice. B. On appeal of mercy, the President has the power to reduce the sentence or grant pardon or amnesty. C. She can change the death sentence or can postpone it also. 2. Explain the process of electing the President of India. Answer. The President of India is elected indirectly by an electoral college consisting of only the elected members of the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and legislative assemblies of the states. The election is held in accordance with the single transferable vote system of proportional representation. Under this system, it is essential to secure the fixed quota of votes to get elected. 3. Differentiate between the real and the nominal executive of India. Answer. The real executive is the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers, whereas the President is the nominal executive because he is bound to act on the advice of the Council of Ministers. 4. How can the President of India be removed and on what grounds? Explain. Answer. If the President of India violates the Constitution, she can be removed from the office by a resolution of impeachment which is passed by both the houses of the Parliament by 2/3 majority of the total membership. 5. Describe the powers and functions of the Vice President of India. Answer. Powers and functions of the Vice President of India. A. She is the ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha. He presides over the meetings of the Rajya Sabha, conducts its proceedings and maintains the discipline and decorum of the House. B. Since the Vice President is not a member of the Rajya Sabha, she does not participate in voting in the House. But in case of tie, she can exercise his casting vote. C. When the office of the President falls vacant due to death, resignation or impeachment, she takes over as the officiating President till a fresh election is held. As officiating President, she exercises all the powers, privileges, etc. of the President of India. Next we will discuss question E. Answer the following questions. A. Answer the following questions. 1. How is the Union Council of Ministers appointed? Explain its main functions. Answer. The Union Council of Ministers comprises of the Prime Minister, the Cabinet Ministers and the Ministers of State. The composition of the Council of Ministers starts with the appointment of the Prime Minister by the President of India. Other ministers are appointed afterwards by the President on the advice of the Prime Minister. The main functions of the Council of Ministers. A. It frames internal and external policy of the country. B. It takes decisions at the national and international levels. C. It runs administration through various ministries, like Defense, Finance, Agriculture, Foreign Affairs, Health, etc. D. The Council of Ministers also performs certain legislative function like preparing and approving the annual budget and making laws. 2. List any 5 powers and functions of the Prime Minister of India. Answer. The Prime Minister of India is the pivot and the entire administration revolves around him/her. She is the head of government and performs the following functions. A. Forms Council of Ministers. 2. Presides over the meeting of the Cabinet as well as the Council of Ministers. C. Coordinate the working of various departments. D. Advises the President to summon or prorogue the session or to dissolve the Lok Sabha before its term expires. E. Advises the President about important appointments like that of Chairman of UPSC, Auditor General of India, Ambassadors, etc. F. Acts as a link between the President and the Cabinet. 3. Describe the legislative and financial powers of the President of India. Answer. Legislative powers. A. She can summon, prorogue and address the 2 houses of the Parliament. Every year, the first session of the Parliament begins with his/her address. B. The President can dissolve the Lok Sabha before the expiry of its normal term if she is advised to do so by the Prime Minister. C. No bill passed by both the houses of the Parliament becomes a law without his/her consent. Prior approval of the President is essential before a money bill is introduced in the Lok Sabha. Financial powers. A. The annual budget of the country is presented in the Parliament in the name of the President. B. All money bills also require his/her approval before introducing them in the Lok Sabha. C. She has the power to appoint members of the Finance Commission. In case certain extraordinary situations arise, the President can sanction money to the government out of contingency fund to meet the situation. 4. Explain the 3 situations under which the President of India can proclaim emergency. Ans. The President of India declares emergency in the following situations. A. If the security of the country is threatened by war or external aggression or internal armed rebellion, the President can declare a state of emergency for the whole country. B. If the government of a state is not being run in accordance with the Constitution, the President can declare emergency in that state. It is also called imposition of President's rule in a state. C. When the financial stability of the country is threatened, the President can declare a state of financial emergency. 5. Explain the following terms. A. Coalition government. B. Impeachment. C. Collective responsibility. D. Parliamentary form of government. A. Electoral college. Answer. A. Coalition government, it is a government formed by an alliance of two or more political parties, usually when no single party gets a clear majority in a legislature. B. Impeachment, the process to remove the President of India is called impeachment. If a president violates the constitution, she can be removed from office by a resolution of impeachment which is passed by both the houses of parliament by 2/3 majority of the total membership. C. Collective responsibility, this means that all the ministers together are answerable to the parliament for any decision taken by the cabinet. All of them swim or sink together. D. Parliamentary form of government, the form of government which is answerable to the parliament or the union legislature. A. Electoral college, it consists of the elected members of the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and the legislative assemblies of the state. Next question is value-based questions. The first President of India, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, when retired, refused to accept to live in the official bungalow allotted by the Government of India and opted to live in his native village instead. 1. What would you do if you were given a similar option, and why? Answer. A. I also do as same as our past President Dr. Rajendra Prasad do because I love my native more than money or luxury. 2. Identify any value you have learnt from this incident. Ans. B. Truly Indian love culture, money and luxury is external for him. Simple living and high thinking. 3. Write one similar anecdote from your family, friends or any leader person that has inspired you. Answer. I am very inspired from my father because I told him several times that we should went to a city for your better work but he always refused us for love for his village and their culture. I love my father so much and he is very inseparable for me. अगर आपको यह वीडियो अच्छी लगी हो तो आप मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब और लाइक जरूर करें ताकि आपको डीएवी स्कूल से रिलेटेड और वीडियो की जानकारी मिलती रही। आप मुझे कमेंट सेक्शन में जाकर जरूर बताएं कि आपको यह वीडियो कैसी लगी। थैंक यू।